Hi everyone! Welcome to day 11 of my 12 days of interactive December dailies video series. If you're new to this channel, be sure to subscribe for more process videos and find me on Instagram for more December daily inspiration. Today I'm showing you how to create this cute mason jar that swivels open at the lid to reveal a set of tags that hold my journaling and my pictures of what I've baked this holiday season. So there's some journaling in the front and photos in the back. So if you'd like to know how to create this page, then just keep watching. Before we get started on this page, I just wanted to show you guys that initially what I was planning on doing was I had printed out this photo of my oven, and I had cut along the edges of the oven door, similar to this is how I created the COVID newspaper stand, and I was going to insert like pictures of my baked goods that I could then pull out from inside the oven. But I saw this cut file from Paige Evans and it was just too cute to pass up. So this is the cookie jar cut file from Paige Evans. This is part of her 25 days of Christmas cut files. And yeah, this is day 6. And what I did was I cut 2 of them out. And you can see that the first one I had backed everything lower than this lid piece here, and then on the second piece I only backed the lid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut along the edge here just so that I have this lid piece separate from this piece down here. I also backed this onto a Glassine bag as well as some papers from the Cocoa Daisy Cranberry Rose collection. I thought that the Glassine bag would look kind of cute because baked goods sometimes come in Glassine bags. So I'm going to be creating kind of like a swivel closure here where like I'll secure the lid piece onto this base piece here by this tiny, I punched a hole here as well as here. So it will just adhere from here with a brad and then swivel open, and that way we can reveal the baked goods that are inside. So let's just cut those pieces apart. A couple of things I wanted to note. You'll notice that my cut file is shiny again today, which means I laminated the piece of white cardstock before I actually ran it through my cutting machine, and that's just because my new cutting blade has not come in yet, and my old cutting blade is too dull to actually cut through white cardstock by itself, so it will actually start pulling at the fibers of the white cardstock and create a huge mess. So I've just been laminating my pieces before I cut them, hence the shiny bit that you can see reflecting off of my cut file. I would recommend if you do this not to laminate the pieces, preferably because the lamination, if you have any laminate stuck to the back of the cut file, it's a bit harder to stick glue onto it to back your pieces. So that's just a tip there. Another note is that I did use the Cocoa Daisy papers are part of the Cranberry Rose collection, and that's all the colored papers that you see in that mason jar, as well as the Christmassy background paper that I have there for my backing page that I'll use later. I also have used the wood grain is part of their November kit that I had left over. So here I'm just putting a brad through that hole that I had created on the right hand side. And securing the brad down. And so you can see that it swivels open and close. The next thing I want to do is take this scrapbook adhesive. It comes in some thin strips. So there are varying lengths, varying widths of this foam tape here. So make sure you're using the thinnest option. And I'm just going to create a pocket with this cut file. And so I'm just carefully placing the foam tape along the edges of the mason jar. And the cut file edges are just thick enough that it hides most of the foam tape. A bit of it will show from the front, but not enough that it really bothers me. And the reason why I'm using foam tape is because I have 5 photos that I'm going to be including in this pocket of my baked goods. So I just wanted to make sure that everything could fit properly. And I think if I just adhered the mason jar directly onto the page, I don't think that would give me enough room to put all my tags in. So you just want to make sure that all the edges of the mason jar are lined, except for that top edge of the mason jar opening where you put the pieces in, because otherwise you won't be able to put the pieces in. It doesn't have to be edge-to-edge adhesive as well. I just did that just so that it gave the piece a bit more stability. And you'll notice that I also am going to put some foam tape on the back of where that ribbon piece is sticking out, just to make sure that that has some extra stability as well. And the advantage of this foam tape is that it is quite flexible, especially after you've peeled off the liner, so you can easily shape it around the curves of the mason jar. Sorry, this is just a bit off camera. I needed to bring it closer to my face so that I could make sure that it's lined up properly. And then after that, I just wanted to make sure that the lid of the mason jar is at the same height as the rest of the jar. So I'm going to be putting some foam tape on the top of this lid. Now make sure you don't remove the backing from that piece. It's purely just to help stabilize it so that it is the same height as everything else. But if you remove the tape backing and stick it down, then the mason jar will not be able to open properly. So here I'm centering it onto my base page that I cut at 5 inches by 8 3/4 of an inch. 8 3/8 of an inch, same size as a Citrus Twist Life Crafted album page protector. I'm just making sure that my tags fit in snugly. You'll see later on that I've trimmed down the twine that I have tied to the top of the tags. That's just a bit too much twine and it doesn't fit in very well. Here I'm removing the tape backing from the bottom of the mason jar to create my pocket on the base page. Here I'm going to try to put my tags into the pocket and realize that the gold piece of cardstock that I have on the back of on my base page is preventing me from sliding the pieces of the tags into my pocket. So no worries, I'm just going to carefully lift up the bottom half of my mason jar and just use a piece of Scotch tape, nothing fancy, to tape down the edges of that gold cardstock piece, just so that the edges aren't catching on the tags when they slide in and out. And you can see this time that the tags slide a whole lot better into the pocket. Alright, so that finishes our page. So this just swivels open to reveal some tags with the journaling and the photos that I have for the Christmas baking that I've done. So I just have 5 tags here with journaling about the different baked goods that I've made. I still have to print out one photo for this front one here, but that is pretty much it. This washi tape here is from the Cocoa Daisy collection, as well as most of these stickers down here. I did include a couple from Kelly Perky's, one of her old kits, I think. Yeah, that one is from Kelly Perky, this holiday fave. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe if you like this video. I will still be doing a couple more videos for December daily, so probably going into January, which I don't mind. I like to just take my time and enjoy the holiday season, and with New Year coming, I'll probably take a couple more days off crafting too to enjoy the new year. So thanks very much for watching, and Happy New Year!